Well, Christian, we watched as Zhao appeared in front of a judge here in San Mateo County after he was indicted by a grand jury on charges in last year's shooting. Ultimately, this case was delayed so that the defense could have more time to review that indictment. But the district attorney tells me he's focused on moving this case forward for the sake of the victims' families. Just days before the one-year anniversary of the Half Moon Bay shooting, which left 7 farm workers dead and 1 other injured, the suspect, Chunli Zhao, was indicted by a San Mateo County criminal grand jury for a laundry list of charges, including 7 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder.
You know what? For the victims' families, it's a horrible burden on their shoulders. And the longer it gets delayed, they can't move on with their lives. And we had waited a year. The defense was doing whatever they had to do. This is not critical of the defense, but we wanted to help move this case along.
San Mateo County District Attorney Stephen Wagstaff explains he wanted to go the grand jury route in order to speed up the case, making the decision after recent delays.
When that happened, we said, we're not going to keep waiting and going through all these continuances. That preliminary hearing date of March 18th that had been set is now an irrelevant date. There is no preliminary hearing in the case.
Completing the grand jury process in just 3.5 days. As for the timing,
I guess it's symbolic. It's symbolic of the fact I would not have thought 12 months ago that we would be on this day and we had not been to the preliminary stage of a preliminary hearing. And the fact that we arraigned him today, quite candidly, was simply coincidence.
The defense attorney briefly told reporters outside of the courtroom he wasn't allowed to speak on this case due to a gag order.
In terms of what we can say to the press, we would hope the prosecution would follow the same. We look forward to coming back in February.
The suspect is expected to be back in court on February 29th. The district attorney tells me he is hoping this case can go to trial by the end of this year or early next year. Live in Redwood City, Lena Howland, ABC 7 News.